Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So this card is another one from my swaps, and again I'm using the very special birthdays by My Favorite Things. I bet people are getting really bored of this, but I know if people only have limited stamp sets like I do, then they're going to be happy. So what I've done is I've just die cut a circle from the nesting dies that I have, which I purchased on eBay, and I cut that out. It is a 2 3/4 inch, and I'm also taking this patterned paper that I've had for the longest time. I did try and find it to link it, but unfortunately I couldn't find it. So if you have any paper packs that you know have been laying around, maybe just have a look through and use them. So I'm just taking my pen. This is in the shade Rose Pink, and basically I'm just gonna go over this just to give it a bit of color. If you have colored cardstock, you could use that totally, but again, I'm very limited to the space that I have, so I stick with white so I can change it to any color I want. So I'm just using the chisel end of my Pro Marker, and basically what I do is I flip this round and do another layer so you get rid of all those like little streaky lines you can see. And this also goes with the color theme. So I asked the person that I'm doing this card for, and she said her favorite color was pink, so that's why it's a lot of pink on this card. So you can personalize this to people you're giving it to. So if it was for a boy, you could use blues, greens, greys and stuff like that. Or, you know, there's very endless possibilities. So I also did get this image off Google. I think it was Google, Pinterest, I don't know. But I will link it in the description, guys, so you can go and have a look. So the image, the idea isn't officially mine. The only difference is she used banner dies on the background. I didn't. I kept it simple. So I've just stamped both of my images and using my Tuxedo black ink. And I'm now going to colour them in. All the colours I use will be linked in the description. I will speed this up and put a time frame on so you know where to skip to if you're not interested in colouring in. Finish colouring in, I'm just gonna fussy cut both of these images out. I don't have the die cuts to go with these. I still think it's expensive for a one set of dies, so for the moment I will just fussy cut. And I'm not great at it, guys, I know that, but hopefully I'll get better with more practice. So basically I'm now just taking my backing sheet, which I took out of before, and then some double-sided tape, and I've just done the strips. And my little tip for you guys, ever putting a piece of paper that you want to line up as a background, put it in your stamping platform in the corner, and then line it up with the back of the card. That way, there is no way you can't have this straight and lined up. I didn't even realize that. I just didn't even think about it, but now I do. This is sort of a thing that I do a lot now, which you'll probably see in most of my upcoming videos. Anytime I need to do a background and I want to make it simpler, this is how I do it. So I'm just trimming off the excess, and this is how it looks. I love the background. I just think it's totally unique and different. So I'm bringing in all my images just to work out the placements and where I want my sentiment to go and all of that. So the sentiment I ended up taking was sending birthday bear hugs, And I ended up stamping this with my MEMENTO Dewdrop inks in the shade Rosebud. And then I wanted to make it a little bit more shiny and pop off the page, if that makes sense. So I ended up doing the same sentiment again and just stamped directly over the pink with some clear embossing ink and some clear gloss embossing powder. And then I heat set that just to give it something extra. You could leave it like this if you wanted to. It didn't look bad. I wanted something like bam, you know. So yeah, so I'm just going to take my Distress ink. I haven't bought the big one yet, but I'm definitely going to purchase that next month. So I have a lot of hauls coming up on my channel, guys. So I get paid every 13th of every month, and every time I do that, all my stuff tends to come within the week between the 13th and the 26th. That's when most of my stuff comes. So my next haul is going to be Dice to Die for, 7 Hills Craft, and eBay. And honestly, it's amazing. I spent quite a lot. So, and then I realized I actually have 2 dies for a stamp set. So I purchased 2 and I should have done. So I need to try and find someone that I can gift that to. Anyway, I'm just taking some double-sided tape to adhere the circle and the balloons down. So I'm now bringing back in my little teddy bear because I was like, oh, how big do I want this? How high? So I did end up using like pencil marks, but you can't see them. So maybe next time I'll use better pencil marks. So I'm just using some 3D adhesive squares to pop this up a bit, just to bring a bit of dimension into the card. And then, as you can see, my magnets automatically stick to my tweezers. That's the only downfall with doing this. And then I'm bringing in my sequins. Now, if you follow me on my Instagram, I had a story on there on the 19th. I purchased all these sequins from the range. And I got, I think, about 6 different tubs. So I was after like one main colour, but I couldn't find one. So I did end up having to look around. And I managed to find some in Morrison's. So my advice for you guys, if you're ever after sequins, before you go out and purchase the more expensive ones, have a look around in your supermarkets. Because, yeah, I didn't even think about it. So I'm bringing in my Wink of Stella pen just to add some sparkle to the frosting. So, and then I kind of ooh and ahhed about putting glossy accents on my balloons because that's what I would normally do. But I didn't want to go overboard. I didn't want it to take away from the background. So I just added it to the bird's nose and to the candles. And as you can see, I was like, balloon? No. Yeah, maybe. So I didn't end up doing that, so I'm glad. And then I just take my multi-matte medium glue to adhere the sequins. But I also added some Wink of Stella to the ends of the balloons, just to, I don't even know, but like Wink of Stella is probably like my go-to for every card that I make. So I decided to bring in my white gel pen. And as you can see, there's me with my glasses. I have new glasses, I just haven't decided to wear them yet. So I'm like having to get closer to my image. So you will see me in the frame quite a bit for this video. So yeah, like I said, I'm taking my multi-matte medium glue. And I got a question about this over on my Instagram. This tool that I have in my hand with the gold point on the end is actually a scratcher for scratch art. So when we went into lockdown in 2020 in March, I ordered some scratch art, and it came with these. It came with like 6 of them. It also came with wood ones, plastic, and then the metal ones. So, and then I thought about it and I was like, oh, I could probably use this for my sequins. So I have an idea. I might do a DIY because I know jewelry pickers work better for sequins, and that's because they have like a wax end. So I might DIY this into a candle and just see if it works, but I'll have a play around and I'll let you guys know. So, but that's pretty much it for the card, guys. I don't put a sentiment inside because I want to write inside it, but I do have a new little gadget that I am absolutely loving. Again, I put this on my Instagram story and I was so excited. So I ordered this off eBay. I will link it in the description, and it's just a stamp and it says handmade by Kelly's Craft, and it's got an initial K in the middle. And it did smudge on the edge, but that was my fault, totally. I moved it before I should have done. And this is how it looks. I absolutely adore this. This cost me less than £10, guys. So I am after another one which just goes to the bottom to give my Instagram information, but most people that I send cards to have that. But if you guys enjoyed this video, make sure you like, subscribe, comment, follow me on my socials, follow the girl that this goes to, and I will see you in my next video. Bye guys!